Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Sade. Thank y'all so much for joining me back on my channel, Hidden Alchemy by Sade. And if it's your first time here, welcome. I am a holistic wellness coach specializing in movement, in meditation, in mindfulness, in astrology, and really just here to help you feel empowered and inspired to take control of your life through many, many different realms of occult sciences, physical well being, and just mindfulness as well as meditation. So, for today's video, we are going to go ahead and dive into the manifesting amazing new moon that we have happening in the sign of Taurus on May 7th, May 8th, depending on where you are in the world. But really, actually, all of May is giving this magical manifesting energy. And I'm going to go ahead and dive deeper into it and what we have going on for this month, especially for this new moon that we have happening. Before I dive deeper into any of this information, if you are interested in getting a reading, if you are interested in the other work that I do, I leave all of my information down below. So go ahead and check out my website. I have tons of offerings that are going to be coming up in these next couple of months, which I'm really excited about. I have an introduction to astrology course that I will be launching in the next few weeks, as well as my introduction to Pilates and yoga and my coaching and reading services. So go ahead and check that out when you have some free time. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and dive into this amazing month of May. Now, first of all, April was such a chaotic month in an amazing way, right? We had the eclipse, we had the Libra eclipse at the end of March, we had the Aries eclipse, we had Mercury going retrograde, then we had Mercury stationing direct, we had the Uranus-Jupiter conjunction. There was so much happening. So a lot of things have just come to the surface for the month of April. May will not be that month. May is going to give us an opportunity to finally have Mercury leave Aries. We've been dealing with Mercury, which is the planet that deals with communication, in the sign of Aries for like 8-9 weeks. Okay, so wherever you have Aries in your chart, Mercury as well as Mars, which is also in Aries right now, is really doing a number on that specific area and wanting and needing you to clean that area up so we can move on with the other signs. Now, we had Mercury retrograde in Aries. We had the Uranus-Jupiter conjunction, so many things of change, so much change. And with us being in Taurus season, Taurus is a fixed sign ruled by Venus. Venus is now in the sign of Taurus. So we have this new moon, which is going to be Venus ruled because it's in the sign of Taurus, really making a beautiful aspect to the planet Venus that is in its home sign of Taurus. So with all this Taurus energy, thankfully we had the mix up in April that has forced us to have to make changes in our life. But now that we're in Taurus season, we really are making a major switch to pleasure, right? Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is all about comfort. It's all about pleasure. It's all about peace. Taurus is very big on having peaceful relationships and really just about how we go about possessing things. Taurus rules what we want to own, right? So our house, our clothes, our friends, our family. Taurus is really just about really having comfort from one's possessions. And because Taurus is a fixed sign, it is hard for Taurus energy to change. But thankfully for this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in the sign of Taurus, as well as all the energy that we had in Aries, we are moving into this season of, okay, things cannot remain the same. I have to make change, but let's go ahead and make change based off of these elements of pleasure and of self-love and of self-care and having the right relationships. That has been the theme of this year, dealing with the Aries Libra axis. Libra is also ruled by Venus. So we're still dealing with Mars Venus energy, the I versus the we. But thankfully, because of the eclipse, because of Mercury retrograde, because of this conjunction, we are cleaning up that area of how we are in relation with others and really now focusing on, how do I feel about myself? How do I love on myself? How do I take care of myself? What is the love language that I give to myself? Because that's what I'm going to attract. Taurus being ruled by Venus, Venus is all about attraction. How are we attracting the things that we want into our life? By embodying. And now that we have all of the mix up of April out the way, we can really start to focus on, okay, what am I initiating and moving with in this spring? That's what makes this new moon so amazing, because we have so many Taurus aspects. We got the sun in Taurus, we will have the moon in Taurus, Venus in Taurus. Then we're going to have Uranus, Jupiter still in Taurus until the end of the month. And then as we deal with all of this new moon manifestation stuff, Mars is going to finally make its way through Aries and then go into Taurus and kind of go over everything that we have been planting for this season, because spring is all about planting new seeds of intention, and we can really focus on that for the month of May. Now, on top of this new moon being in the sign of Taurus, we also have Saturn in the sign of Pisces, which is going to make a really beautiful aspect to all of this Taurus energy, meaning the things that we want for ourselves, the things that we have been feeling in terms of wanting to indulge in the ways that we find pleasure, in the ways that we find joy in our day-to-day life, in our day-to-day activities. Because that's the thing about earth energy, right? Taurus being an earth sign, it's the day-to-day mundane things that we have to do. But how can we find pleasure and how can we find ease in it? And then most importantly, how can we attract more by really embodying the things that we want and embodying the essence and the energy that we want to move by? That's really going to be this theme with this new moon. And because it's making such a lovely aspect to Neptune, which is in Pisces, as well as Saturn in Pisces, we got water and earth energy coming together, mutable Pisces, fixed Taurus. It's like, okay, the dreams that I have for myself, the work that I have been doing that sometimes goes unseen, because that's Saturn. Saturn is the things that we're doing behind the scenes to really get that foundation built. But the things that I have been working on, it's finally coming to the surface. I'm finally able to see some of the plants or some of the crops that I have really been taking care of come to the surface. And with all of these aspects, because we're going to have Venus aspecting Uranus, Jupiter, we're going to have the sun aspecting Uranus and Jupiter, Mercury at some point, once it gets out of Aries, once it hurries up and gets out of Aries, so we could finally be in another sign, that's going to make an aspect to Uranus. There's so much change that is happening this month, but because it's in the sign of Taurus, it's change that we can really indulge in. It's change that might be uncomfortable, but it's the way that we have really been wanting to show up in the world. Now, if it is your first time watching a new moon video or a full moon video, new moons are usually when we set intentions. It's when the sun and the moon are together in the same sign. Full moon is when the sun and the moon are in opposing signs and we are releasing things, seeing things that are coming to the surface to prepare us for the new moon. We have done so much preparation in the month of April. So much has came to the surface with the Scorpio full moon. Nothing is really hidden from us anymore. And now we can really set forward on dreaming big, because that's another theme. Because we have Jupiter in the sign of Taurus, Taurus being a Venus sign, Jupiter being about expansion and growth, we are expanding our philosophy on ourselves, how we view ourselves, how we feel about the things that we want to create, right? That aspect that it's making to Saturn and Neptune and Pisces. What are our dreams? And how have our perspectives changed on the way that we view our capability to obtain those dreams? Now, because Taurus is ruled by Venus, Venus also rules our relationships. This is going to be very important because with Jupiter moving out of Taurus at the end of the month and going into Gemini, which is a very relational sign, this month of May, especially with this new moon energy, is a really good time to figure out who are the people that I'm connecting with this season, this summer, this fall. Who are the people that the eclipse kind of washed out, right? And how can I now have these ideas, have these dreams, have these visions, and connect with the people that are really in alignment with my new philosophy of myself, with the ways that I like to love on myself, with the ways that I like to be in relation? How can I find those people? And then once Jupiter moves out of Taurus and into the sign of Gemini, which will be May 24th, 25th time, now we're going to have this surge of energy of, okay, I want to connect. I want to talk about my ideas. I want to connect with people that have similar ideas. I want to connect with people that have different ideas. But it's really going to be this surge energy of getting back out there and meeting people, connecting, sharing ideas, and evolving and growing. That's what this Uranus Jupiter conjunction is signifying. Wherever you have Taurus in your chart, it is the evolution of that Taurus space and creating something new, something that you've always wanted to create, but now you have this new space of confidence. And confidence is going to be a very big theme for May because Mars is in the sign of Aries. And Mars loves to be in Aries because it's its home sign. So this new moon in Taurus is really asking us to plant those seeds of intention and move with confidence. Mars is in its home sign. Venus is in its home sign. So it's like the things that you want, you can have, just embody, but you need confidence first. And because Aries and Taurus, Aries rules the head, but also our physical stature, and Taurus rules how we feel about our physical stature. Taurus rules the five senses, so sight, taste, smell, touch, and hearing. So how we feel about our sensuality, that's very, very Taurus energy. Now is a good time to really start asking those questions about your body. How do you feel about your body? Because Mars is in Aries, it's like, okay, if you're not feeling the best, go work out, change your diet. May is this month of like, okay, all the dust is settling. We got April out the way. Now I can move in this new space of love that I have for myself, of abundance, of appreciation, and most importantly, in true Taurus fashion, of pleasure as well as luxury. So I am really excited about this month of May. If you are a person that has a Taurus sun, Taurus moon, Taurus rising, I myself am a Taurus rising, and this energy has just been crazy since April, but May is really feeling like, okay, we're moving in a new season, we're moving in a new space, and we're moving differently with how we present ourselves to the world, or even just to our loved ones and the people around us. So I hope you all have an amazing new moon, and just take this new moon as an opportunity to really manifest for this month of May, because not just the moon is aspecting all of this Taurus energy. We're going to have the sun, like I said, Venus, Mars, Mercury, all of the planets are going to rush through this Taurus energy with that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction space that we've had for a few weeks now. So expect things to change, expect things to feel uncomfortable, but expect it to work in your favor. Because we have Mars and Venus in its home sign, remember, what you want, you can have. You just need to embody it and have confidence about your ability to attract it, to obtain it, and to sustain it. So I hope you all have an amazing, amazing new moon. Please let me know down below how this Taurus energy has been affecting you, or even how April's energy has been affecting you. Go ahead and check out my website for my offerings, and I will see you for our next video.